Okay, thank you, Bill.
Thank you.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, good morning to all of you. We welcome everyone who is here, although we'll note that right now the audience part is empty.
Yes.
That may change, but for those of you who are viewing us online, we welcome you. You're joining us. I will call to order this regular meeting of the Lawrence County Commissioners. Today is Tuesday, May 23 of 2023, and as we always do, we'll begin with the Pledge of Allegiance and ask you to remain standing for a moment of silence. Mr. Vanasco, would you lead us in the pledge?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We'll have a brief moment of silence. Thank you all. Vanessa, could you call the roll, please?
Commissioner Spielvogel?
Here.
Commissioner Buick?
Present.
Commissioner Vogler?
Here. We have a quorum. Just for the record, we'll note that we will have opportunities for public comment if anybody should come into the room. And we'll do that both in a few moments as well as prior to adjournment of the meeting. And then we always set aside time for any row officer reports, but today none of the row officers are with us. So that takes us down to fiscal and contractual. Periodically, as many of you know, we do receive repository property bids. These are for parcels that have gone through the delinquent tax sale process and then arrive in the tax claims repository. People are permitted to come in and make bids on any of those properties, but the process requires that the bids be reviewed and either accepted or rejected by all three taxing bodies, the municipality in which the property is located, the school district, and then the county. So today we have four of them, and my understanding is all four have been accepted. The first one, if we vote on this, Vanessa, what would that number be?
143.
Thank you. This would be proposed resolution 143. This is a piece of property located on Lathrop Street in the city of Newcastle. Tamra Gorski placed a bid of $500 on that property. And then back on April 6th of this year, Newcastle City Council voted favorably to accept that bid. The school district, Newcastle Area School District, did receive correspondence from the tax claim office advising them that this bid had been made, but we did not hear back from the school district. But we have heard affirmatively from the city, and that would then allow us, if the board is so willing, to accept Ms. Gorski's bid on parcel number 04-242900 in the city of Newcastle. Questions or comments? I could take a motion if one of you is willing to do so.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. And that's for approving the bid. If there are no other questions, we'll do a roll call, please.
Commissioner Spielvogel?
Yes.
Commissioner Buick?
Yes.
Commissioner Vogler?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you, Vanessa. The second one, resolution 144. This is a bid again from this person is Mr. Darian Johnson. He placed a bid of $500 on a property located on East Reynolds Street in the city of Newcastle, parcel number 05-089400. The city of Newcastle Council accepted this bid on April 6th by a vote of 6-0. The school district did not take action, so it now comes before us. Any comments or concerns?
Move for its adoption.
Thank you.
Second.
Thank you both. Further discussion? Hearing none, we'll do a roll call, please.
Commissioner Spielvogel?
Yes.
Commissioner Buick?
Yes.
Commissioner Vogler?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you, Vanessa. Resolution 145. This is a parcel located in the borough of Elwood City, specifically on Crescent Avenue parcel number 11-001800. The $500 bid was made by Rose Barge. The Elwood City Borough Council approved the bid on March 20 of this year. The Elwood City Area School District did not respond, so it is now in our lap. I could take a motion if one of you is so willing.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you both. Any discussion? Hearing none, this again is a favorable resolution. I'll ask for a roll call, please.
Commissioner Steelvogel?
Yes.
Commissioner Buick?
Yes.
Commissioner Vogler?
Yes.
Motion carries.
And the final piece of repository property, this is Resolution 146. This is located on Portersville Road in Wayne Township. The parcel ID number is 36-016-000. Rocco Irino, I hope I pronounced his name right, placed a bid of $501.50 on this parcel. The Wayne Township supervisors unanimously approved Mr. Irino's bid. We did not hear back from the Elwood City Area School District, so it now comes before us. This is proposed resolution 146. I could take a motion, please.
So moved.
Thank you.
Second.
Thank you both. Any comments or discussion? Okay, once again, this parcel is in Wayne Township. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Steelvogel?
Yes.
Commissioner Buick?
Yes.
Commissioner Vogler?
Yes,
Motion carries.
thank you. That takes care of our repository properties today. Moving on, we have the warrant registers, which are submitted to us by the County Controller's Office for us to accept. Since we did not meet last Tuesday, there are quite a few more than usual. These are dated May 9, May 10, May 12, and May 18. And I'll give you folks some time to look them over, and then whenever you're ready, we could take a motion to accept these documents.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you both. Bear with me today, I'm the slow guy here today. It's been moved and seconded to accept the warrant registers as submitted. Are there any questions or concerns? Thank you. Hearing none, I'll ask Vanessa to call the roll, please.
Commissioner Steelvogel?
Yes.
Commissioner Buick?
Yes.
Commissioner Vogler?
Yes,
Motion carries.
thanks, Vanessa. The minutes of the May 9, 2023 meeting are in our packet. As noted, we did not meet last week because of Election Day. I'll give you folks the opportunity to look them over, and whenever one of you might be ready, we could take a motion to approve and accept the minutes.
I move for the approval of the minutes from the May 9, 2023 meeting.
I will second.
Thank you both. Any questions or corrections or anything?
No.
Okay, we'll do a roll call, please.
Commissioner Steelvogel?
Yes.
Commissioner Buick?
Yes.
Commissioner Vogler?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. We received one piece of written correspondence. This is from Heidelberg Materials located in Connellsville, Pennsylvania. And it is a blast notification notice. Notes here that Heidelberg Materials proposes to conduct surface blasting in compliance with all applicable state and federal laws. The blasting will occur on the McQuiston Large Non-Coal Surface Mine located in North Beaver and Mahoning Townships, west of the intersection of Hoffmaster Road and Smalls Ferry Road. And it goes on to list the blasting schedule. As we've always noted in the past, we don't have any type of regulatory authority over these folks. other than the fact that by law, they are required to give us notification, which is what they have done with this letter. Do either of you have any questions or concerns about the letter?
No.
If not, I could take a motion to accept it.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you both. Any further comments? We'll do a roll call, please.
Commissioner Spielvogel,
Yes.
Commissioner Buick,
Yes.
Commissioner Vogler,
Yes.
motion carries.
Thank you very much. Commissioner reports and comments. Today, Mr. Burek gets to go first.
Just for the record, I do like to note some of the activities since our last meeting 2 weeks ago. Many people don't realize what all is involved in the job of county commissioner. First, I think you both know this, but I'll report because several weeks back, we had a visitor who asked about the large flag out in front of the courthouse. The pulley had broken at the top of the flagpole, and I'm pleased to report that last week we were able to get a company in with a high lift, and they were able to take down the old flag, and a brand new large American flag has replaced it. So all of the flags out front are in good condition now for the upcoming Memorial Day weekend. Next, on May 10th, myself and Commissioner Spielvogel and Commissioner Vogler met us at lunchtime. I was pleased to be part of the Allegheny Conference on Community Development FAM Tour. We brought a group of people, mainly economic development professionals from Pittsburgh, came up to Lawrence County and toured many current and future industrial and economic development sites in Lawrence County. And at lunch, we were joined by many of the local township and borough officials. And I just want to thank the folks at Forward Lawrence, especially Diane Richardson and Janet Filatico from Visit Lawrence County. They did a terrific job conducting that tour, and it was a very enjoyable and informative day. Next, on May 11th, we hosted here at the courthouse an open house with Michael Baker, who's the company working with us on the broadband study. That was to promote awareness of and provide information about the current study that's underway. And just a final reminder that the survey that's available online or by paper this coming Friday, May 26th, is the final deadline. So I know we've all been promoting that, but if anyone can continue to promote any Lawrence County resident or business, we recommend to take that survey from their home computer or their business computer if possible. That gives us a better idea of where broadband internet is currently available, where the speeds might be low, and where there might be areas in the county that need to be built out. Next, we all attended the Lawrence County Police Memorial on May 16th down at the Newcastle Police Department. That's always a very somber day to hear the list of names of all the police officers, and it's very important that we remember those who sacrificed themselves in the line of duty. And we hope and pray that no more names are added to that list. I also want to report Election Day, May 16th, was a very busy day at the courthouse, but starting at 7 a.m., many of our staff members were here to start the pre-canvassing, and we were here till around 10 o'clock election night, but no major problems in the primary election. The votes were tabulated and posted to the county website prior to 10 p.m. So just my hats off to the Tim Germani and the entire elections office staff and the many other temporary workers that help with the election, and also all the people that work at the polls, from the judge of elections to the people that sign in folks to get their ballot on election day. Just a couple more things I want to note. On May 17th, we were invited to go to a resource fair down in Darlington Township, Beaver County, just over the Lawrence County line. I was able to make it down after our meetings that day, and I met with many folks from Pennsylvania Emergency Management Agency, as well as the Department of Environmental Protection, got updates from them. And then actually Governor Josh Shapiro was there, and I got to meet him and talk to him regarding the ongoing cleanup and assistance provided to the people affected by the train derailment in East Palestine, Ohio. And then just lastly, yesterday, the commissioners attended the Southwestern Pennsylvania Commission meeting at Hutchinson Center in Neshannock Township. And we went over the transportation improvement program for Lawrence County. It's the end of the public comment period. We received input from the public, from local officials, and from the county planning staff and moving ahead with the transportation improvement plans for Lawrence County. So I just wanted to update everybody on some of the many activities that occur between these public commissioner meetings. Some people mistakenly think this is a part-time job. It is far from it. And I'm very pleased to be able to represent the county at many different functions, activities, and worthwhile meetings in between these public meetings. So that concludes my report.
Thank you so much for that, Commissioner Burek. I appreciate your listing those meetings and events. Thank you. Looks like I'm next. I have two things. First, I want to congratulate my colleague, Commissioner Spielvogel, on her victory at the polls
Thank you.
a week ago today. Congratulations to you.
Thank you. You as well.
Thank you. I want to throw something out to the two of you. I had casually mentioned it. I didn't want to catch you off guard here at the meeting, but I casually mentioned it to you a while back. I certainly enjoy chairing these meetings, but I think every so often, I think it's important that each of you have an opportunity to do so. Back when Steve Craig and Bob Del Signor were here, every so often, even though I was chair, I'd hand the gavel over to one of them. And I wanted to see if maybe next, if you're so willing, Brian, maybe next week, which would be May 30, would you like to chair the commissioners meeting?
I am willing and able.
Great, that's great. I'm glad you
I
are.
forgot to mention in Commissioner Spielvogel's absence last week, I did chair the county prison board meeting, and I got several compliments that I do know how to chair meetings. So I did a little prior
Like
experience.
riding the bike, right? Like that point.
So thank you. I'll be glad to do that.
I appreciate that. Loretta, I'm looking at
Sure.
either June 6 or June 13, and you don't have to answer
Okay.
me right now.
Thank
If you
you.
want to think about either of
Absolutely.
those days,
All right.
love to have you do it.
Absolutely.
so willing.
I think that's great. Thank you.
Good, thank
Here you
you.
go.
Well, I appreciate that. I believe that's all I have, and Loretta, you get to finish things up for us.
Brian, thank you for summing things up. You know, lots of times we just do what we need to do and take it in stride and not realize that so many things do happen and go on that you're right. A lot of people are not aware of the actual job function of a county commissioner. So thank you for all of that. I would just say that coming up this weekend, the different memorial services that there are throughout the county, please, check the Facebook pages, the Newcastle News, Elwood Ledger, local papers. I think even Bargain Bulletin may have something in there, the different Memorial Day services, some happening on Saturday, some Monday, and I'm not sure if there are any on Sunday or not, maybe
I
one?
know of one out in the village of Pulaski
Okay,
at 12:15.
okay, all right, so there are several different ones. Please make an attempt to be there, to participate. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Well, we will move on to our new business. Today, our first proposed resolution, which would be, help me out, Vanessa.
147.
Thank you. I have all these papers here, and not that you don't, but Resolution 147. This comes from the courts, and if I recall correctly, we do this every year. This would be a maintenance agreement on the various recording devices that the courts utilize with SBM Electronics. They are located in Pittsburgh. It notes that SBM Electronics will perform planned equipment maintenance at a cost not to exceed $5,875. Could I please have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you both. Let me see if there are questions or concerns.
No.
Okay, thank you both. We'll do a roll call.
Commissioner Spielvogel?
Yes.
Commissioner Buick?
Yes.
Commissioner Vogler?
Yes,
Motion carries.
thank you. And I neglected to note, I turned the page over and there is correspondence to the county from Mr. Smoreski, who is the president of SBM Electronics. So we'll enter that into the record. Excuse me for not noting that sooner. Under the commissioner's jurisdiction, the next item is a change order. This is change order number 1 with C. Crump Inc. This is for the completion of construction and repairs to the Stavich Bike Trail Storm damage repairs, which took place back on February 27. The original contract was for $41,020. It's noted here that there were some unanticipated expenses, which moves the figure up by $140.15. So that adjustment then brings the total amount, which would be made payable to C. Crump Inc., of $41,160.15. And there is an attached document making note of that fact, even specifying what changed that required this additional $140. Could I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Thank you. Thank you both. This is for 148, and I'll see if either of you have any questions or concerns. Mr. Burek?
I just have one comment. I am a personal user of the Stafford Bike Trail, and I was able to get out there and bike that trail from Union Township, Lawrence County, over to the Ohio line recently. And there had been a small area that had been washed out, and they did repair it. It was backfilled and paved over, and it looks very good. They did a nice job of it. So bike trail is in good shape for the Pennsylvania portion.
Thank you. Anything, Loretta? I noted, I didn't read far enough, but C. Crump Inc. is located in Hubbard, Ohio. So again, this is a change order, resolution 148, and I believe we have the motion and the second, so I'll ask for a roll call, please.
Commissioner Spielvogel?
Yes.
Commissioner Buick?
Yes.
Commissioner Vogler?
Yes?
Motion carries.
Thanks, Vanessa. Next, we have a proposed resolution number 149. Historically, we have had a contract with Staples. That's the business that sells various office products. And we would like to, this proposal would amend the current agreement with Staples Business Advantage, which is a division of Staples Contract and Commercial, which would again allow for the ongoing purchase of office products and related goods. We would take the time frame and adjust it, and it would now be from January 1 of 2023 through December 31 of 2025. And there is the document, the purchase agreement itself is attached to the proposed resolution. For us to discuss it, could I please have a motion?
So moved.
Is there a
Second.
second? Thank you both, and I'll see. Loretta, any questions or concerns?
No.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Burek. Anything?
No, this just gives us another option, and I know the last several times they went out to look at prices, they did use the Staples website, which is what the many government agencies do, but they also got quotes from other departments, other companies that sell the same products to make sure we're getting the best price for the taxpayers.
And
There is a rebate. I
Oh,
mean, there is a bit of a discount if we go over a certain amount of purchases.
glad you pointed that out.
Monetary.
Yes, way in the
Yes.
back
Mhm.
here. Thank you. Either Joe or Vanessa, anything either of you care to add? Okay, wonderful. Thank you. Well, it's been moved and seconded. This is resolution 139. I'll ask for a roll call, please.
141.
I'm sorry.
149.
Thank you. Appreciate
Commissioner
that.
Spielvogel?
Yes.
Commissioner Buick?
Yes.
Commissioner Vogler?
Yes.
Motion carries.
The next is proposed resolution 150. This is a budget amendment, as it relates to the opioid allocations. You may recall that 2 weeks ago, we did take action based upon the recommendation of the Opioid Advisory Committee, which Commissioner Spielvogel chairs. And as a result of that action, this necessitates a budget amendment. And what we are doing is we are increasing the line item noted as prior year balance opioid revenue fund account. We're increasing that by $300,000. And also then increasing the miscellaneous allocations opioid expense account line item by the same amount. And I'll note that these dollars are a result of lawsuit settlements. These are not
Yes.
general fund dollars. These are monies that we have received, as has every county in the Commonwealth, if I'm not mistaken. So this is proposed resolution 150. Could I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you both, and I'll see if Loretta, any comments?
I just want to reiterate that these monies are coming in from the settlements that are still going on. There are different ones that are happening. We are involved with them. There will be more monies coming to the county. The agencies, the organizations that we have through the Opioid Advisory Board, through the commissioners, that we have allotted the monies to, are very, very thankful to have the extra monies and the monies to continue to do the work that they have been doing. So it is certainly a benefit to the community. Yes.
Thank you. Anything from Mr. Burek?
Just thank Commissioner Spielvogel for her work chairing that committee, and unfortunately, there's a need and many good uses this money we put to help prevention and treatment and dealing with the consequences of the addiction problems in the community.
Thank you both. I'll ask for a roll call, please.
Commissioner Spielvogel?
Yes.
Commissioner Buick?
Yes.
Commissioner Vogler?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you very much. The next proposed resolution 151 is a budget amendment as well. And this involves the DEA/TFO General Revenue Fund account. We are increasing that by $10,000. And then accordingly, we are then increasing the district attorney's overtime general expense fund account by the same amount, the $10,000. If I'm, please, one of you or both of you correct me if I'm wrong, I believe this is a grant. These are grant dollars that the district attorney's office receives. And it looks as though maybe they received an additional 10 that had not been budgeted for. I hope I've got that right.
I think you're 100% correct.
Okay, thank you. For us to discuss it further, could I have a motion for this resolution?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you both. Brian, comments or concerns? No. Okay, thank you. Commissioner Spielvogel?
Again, just to piggyback off of your comments from earlier, the jobs that the commissioners are responsible for, even though there are different, heads of departments, different other elected officials, we still manage their budgets, expenditures, transfers, grants, all of it. That's still a part of everything that we have to do. The controller, treasurer, everybody working together with it. So again, we have to take the action on it.
Thank you. I'll ask for a roll call for resolution 151.
Commissioner Spielvogel?
Yes.
Commissioner Buick?
Yes.
Commissioner Vogler?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thanks, Vanessa. The next proposed resolution would be 152. This would take $11,500 from the commissioner's contingency line item and transfer it into the register and recorder's line item entitled Employee Insurance and Benefits. What transpired here based upon the explanation that is offered? There was an employee in the register and recorder's office who did not utilize the county's benefits. The new employee who has replaced the prior employee is going to utilize the benefits. And that requires an adjustment to the budget, which is why we're having to make this transfer. I'll ask for a motion, please.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you both. And let's see, Mr. Burek, any concerns or comments?
No, they're entitled to the benefits. We have to have the money to cover the cost of them.
Okay, thank you, sir. Commissioner Spielvogel?
Nothing.
Okay, thank you. This is resolution 152. I'll ask for a motion. I'm sorry, I asked for a roll call. I got the motion already. Excuse me.
Commissioner Spielvogel?
Yes.
Commissioner Buick?
Yes.
Commissioner Vogler?
Yes.
Motion carries.
See why you need to chair next week? Some transfers are following. If you wouldn't mind, we'll go through them.
Sure.
And if you would like, we can take them all as one motion, but if there's something you're concerned about, we can always pull that one aside. The first is from the Voter Services Office. They are asking for a total transfer of $5,000. That total amount is coming from their line item of processing of voter applications, and they are taking $2,000 and placing that in their security transportation line item, and then $3,000 in preparation, transportation, and storage of voter equipment. And as they note in their explanation, they need more funds for ballot printing and ballot security. But it's all coming from within their budget. That's the first one. The second one is, and let me stop and see any questions, and particularly since you chair the election board, any concerns?
No concerns.
Okay, thank you. The second one is also from voters. They want to take, and Joe, you might have to help me here. They're asking for a $3,000 transfer from contingency. To your knowledge, is it their contingency?
It is their contingency.
That was an answer I was hoping for. Thank you. They're asking for $3,000 from their budget contingency into preparation and transportation. They needed, they hire U-Haul trucks to deliver the voting equipment to each of the polling places, and they needed additional money for that purpose. This is a $3,000 transfer request. Again, I'm going to look to Brian first, since you chair the election board. Any concerns?
No concerns.
Okay, thank you. And Loretta, any?
No.
Okay, thank you very much. The third request is from the planning office. This is within their community development block grant budget. They are asking for a $24,000 transfer from CDBG-CV3 teams, which, Loretta, help me, that's the COVID feeding program.
Yes.
Do I have that
the
right?
meals. Yes,
Thank you.
yes.
They're asking for that transfer to go towards CDBG-CV3 public facilities. And I don't know, my mind might be playing tricks on me. I swear Amy may have
Amy
talked
was
about
here
this.
before.
Thank you.
Yes.
Okay, she did talk about this. So let me see if there are any questions. Loretta, any questions on this one? Okay, thank you. Brian, anything?
No questions.
Okay, thank you both. The controller's office is asking a transfer from their contingency of $2,000 towards their travel and training line item, and that is to cover costs for the Pennsylvania State Association of County Controllers annual conference. There will be attendance from their office at that meeting. That's a $2,000 transfer. Brian, any concerns?
No.
Thank you, sir. Loretta?
No.
Okay, thank you. Moving forward, under the Commissioner's office, we are asking for a $250 transfer from the Commissioner's contingency into the line item of subscription and the subscriptions and books. And we need that to cover the cost of the Newcastle News newspaper that obviously we have to have access to, and this proposed transfer would cover that. Loretta, any concerns?
No.
Brian?
No.
Okay, thank you both. Following that, from Judge Russo's office, he is asking for a transfer in the amount of $821. And again, Joe, I'm going to look to you. To your knowledge, is this his contingency?
That's his contingency.
Okay, thank you. Asking for the $820 coming from his contingency into his materials and supplies line item. Mr. Burek, any concerns?
None.
Okay, thank you. Commissioner Spielvogel?
No.
Okay, thank you. And then the final two, H and I, are actually on one document in our packet. They both come from the district attorney's office. Mr. Lamancusa is asking for a $1,000 transfer from his line item known as witness fees into toxicology line item. And then he's asking for a $5,000 transfer from the criminal investigation line item, again into toxicology. And in the explanation, it notes that this is to pay outstanding drug and alcohol testing bills that have been accumulated. The total amount is $6,000. Loretta, any concerns?
No concerns.
Thank you, Brian.
None.
Thank you. Well, those are the proposed transfer requests. If one of you is so willing, we can vote on all of them if you'd like.
I move for approval of all A through I transfers.
And I will second.
Thank you, and I'll ask any other questions or comments?
No.
Okay, thank you. Vanessa, we're ready for a roll call, please.
Commissioner Spielvogel,
Yes.
Commissioner Buick,
Yes.
Commissioner Vogler,
Yes,
motion carries.
thank you so much. We do have the one item on the table, but I'm assuming the desire is to leave it there for the time being. Thank you. Couple of announcements, and a couple of them are not on here. I'll note that the commissioners will meet again a week from today in public in this room at 10 a.m. That would be Tuesday, May 30. I will also note that the courthouse will be closed on Monday, May 29, in observance of Memorial Day. And I want to note that at 11 o'clock this morning, the salary board will convene to consider three matters that are coming before it. The legal ad for this meeting appeared, I believe, in Saturday's paper, if I'm not mistaken. So it was appropriately publicly advertised. It is a public meeting, and that will begin at 11 o'clock. Also, today at 1:30, the quarterly meeting of the West Central Job Partnership Governing Board will convene in the Mercer County Courthouse. That board consists of the three of us and our three colleagues up in Mercer County. So that meeting is also open to the public today at 1:30. So next time you give a report, you'll add that to your list of meetings that we've attended, I guess. Well, we've had a couple folks show up since we started, so I'm at the point where I could open the floor for any public comments or concerns. Well, thank you both. We appreciate your joining us. Mr. Bout, you heard me say in about 20 minutes we'll have the salary board meeting. Let me see if we have closing comments. Commissioner Spillvogel.
No, thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Burek.
Just a procedural note, I didn't look at the legal ad. In the old days, we used to say salary board will be at 11 a.m. or immediately following the commissioners meeting, whichever comes first. Do we still use that language, or we actually specified 11 a.m.?
I believe in the ad for this salary board meeting, it did say 11. The ad at the beginning of the year that advertises all meetings, it says immediately following.
Okay, so this is actually a special salary board meeting.
Yes.
Okay, so we do have to wait till 11. Normally, just in the interest of time, we would, if the commissioner meeting got done sooner, we would have the salary board meeting immediately, but that's fine. We advertised today's for 11.
And it probably helped I saw Judge Motto this morning, and he has an agenda item, and he indicated he has sentence court this morning. Right. And I noted that, we started at 11, he said he might be a little bit late, so that's okay, that'll work out.
Right, by advertising a specific time, it allows the other people to know when to be here, so,
True.
because sometimes our meetings run shorter or longer, but.
That's right.
Okay, thanks for that explanation. Just one final thought, just to follow up on what Commissioner Spillvogel said. This weekend is Memorial Day weekend. I would encourage everyone to attend at least one or more Memorial Day service. The one held here at the Veterans Memorial at the base of Courthouse Hill will be held on Saturday, May 27th at 9 a.m. It's always a nice little ceremony. I've attended it many times over the years. Last year, the speaker, they always get a good speaker, and last year's speaker actually brought me and those people there to tears with his story. He was a young man whose father died in the Vietnam War, and when he was a teenager, I'm gonna tear up saying it. Anyway, he was at the Vietnam Wall in Washington, D.C., and he found his father's name, and he was crying, and other veterans came up to him and put their arm around him, and it was a beautiful speech. But I would just encourage everyone to pay tribute to our deceased veterans on Memorial Day and participate in either the event here in Newcastle at the courthouse Saturday at 9 a.m. or I know several other Pulaski, New Bedford have events, and Elwood City has their annual Memorial Day parade on Monday. So I would just encourage the folks in Lawrence County to attend one or more of these public Memorial Day services, because it's very important that we remember the sacrifice of our veterans. So thank you.
Thank you very much. Vanessa or Joe, anything that we've overlooked? Okay, thank you both. Well, appreciate you joining us. Thanks to my colleagues. With that, I will entertain an adjournment motion.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, please say aye. Opposed, the same sign. Motion carries. We are adjourned. Thank you. Bill, you let us know when, I guess if we can always tell when that little device
Yes.
drops down,